What's good? It's your boy Logic back in here with another video. Guys, I just got off work, and right before I got off work, I overheard some females talking, right? Complaining. She said she was telling a story. I call it complaining because you're talking about something that you have an issue with, right? So I call it complaining or whatever, but there was some type of issue that you were going through, whatever, right? Something about she lives with her mom, or her mom lives with her, but her mom brings this guy over that she's not really comfortable with, right? Hey, bring this up. And so I was like, that's understandable, especially when it comes to females. You bring in another masculine presence around that you don't really know nothing about. You don't know if he's creepy. You don't know, what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that could happen. Safety at stake. I get it. If anybody's staying at the house, you want to be able to vet them out and co-sign, like, all right, I'll let you come over or whatever. I don't know if he was actually staying there like frequently, long term or whatever, but it is what it is. I was just catching like some cliff notes of what they were talking about, right? And a general thing to me is, if you pay the bills, you get to make the rules, right? That's just kind of in everything, right? If you pay the bills, you get to make the rules. And I was just making a general statement. I said, there was some other girls there too, and I was kind of talking to all the girls. The girl that was telling the story was actually working on something at the same time, so she might have not caught exactly what I said. But when I was talking to all the girls, I said, who pays the bills? I said, whoever pays the bills makes the rules. Then she was like, oh, what'd you say? I was like, I said, if you pay the bills, you make the rules. And then she said, and I said, does he pay bills? Oh, and she said, yeah, but I think he's paying bills on behalf of her mom. And then I said, do you need him to pay bills? Because if you don't need him to pay bills, then I'd just be like, bounce, whatever. She said she was leaving. That's why she's leaving or whatever. And then she's like, mind your own business or whatever. Like, she turned the whole thing into something else in particular. I'm like, I was just throwing that out there as a kind of like a general statement, even though it kind of pertained to her, but just something to think about for anybody. Just like, if you can pay the bills, make the rules, like, you know what I'm saying? And but then she kind of like went off on some whatever, like I shouldn't have been in the conversation, whatever, even though they were talking out loud in the middle of the store or whatever like that. Now, and I'm just like, you can't make me mind my own business. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can tell me to mind my own business or whatever, right? But I'm trying to help y'all out. Like, and this was advice to everybody. Yeah, I used you as an example, but I was just trying to make a general statement where it can apply to anything and everybody, even another guy. Right? And then so she made like a little quick exchange or whatever. You just want somebody to talk to you or something like that. I'm like, no, that's not the case, right? I would dive more deeper into it, but I was trying to get some food and bounce. But what it is that I told her, I said, I hear y'all every day complaining and bitching about shit every day. And she's like, I wasn't complaining, I was just telling a story, like, whatever. But typically, y'all never try to come up with solutions to your problems. Like, y'all just like to complain and compare issues and shit. And I said, I like to solve issues if I'm capable. You know what I'm saying? And then I was just like, whatever. She kind of like tried to shut it down or whatever. And I just said, look, it ain't my fault y'all's lives are shit. She's like, what'd you say? You can't say it, can't say it. You gonna say it over there? I'm like, all right, look, do you want me to say it out loud, or do you want me to go over there and tell you what I said? Like, because I don't mind. Like, I'm letting you have the choice. She's like, come over here. And I was like, okay. I said, it ain't my fault y'all lives is shit. Oh, that ain't nice. I was like, what do you, we just had this exchange where she's trying to tell me to butt out, mind your business, whatever. And she's talking about nice and shit like that because I made a point. Y'all's lives are shit. Y'all can't control what's going on in y'all's bubble or world or whatever you want to call it. And then y'all vent and do bullshit at work. I typically don't vent my issues at work and then typically I don't have a lot of issues. My issues are very minimal, and I will jump to solve them at a moment's notice if they pop up. Or if let's say I do decide to ignore my issues, I will not complain about them to other people because I pushed it into the back, right? So basically, what needs to be understood is that men have this innate nature to become problem solvers, whether it's because we think logically, critically, whatever the case may be. It's like if a dude was reaching for something and he couldn't quite reach it, but you kind of saw him there struggling, and you have a ladder, you own a ladder. What a guy is typically going to do is he's going to be like, hey, I got a ladder, you want to use it? Or he might even get up there himself. He's like, you know what, hold on, I'm going to get my ladder, I'll get it. And the guy usually might say that maybe he don't want him to fuck his ladder up or something, so he might do it. But ultimately, a guy will offer his services, you know. Now, the only way he won't, maybe he don't like you, maybe y'all got a grudge or something like that, or maybe he's short on time. But typically, if a guy can, he will offer a service. Just most men will do that, especially if it's a female that's in distress, because that's just kind of in our nature to kind of help weaker things. So, you know, and it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't me trying to butt in. It wasn't me trying to, you know, score some points or anything like that, because she's not really cute anyway. So it was just me and that was me being nice ultimately. Like, it was funny how she tried to say like I wasn't nice when I said, yo, it ain't my fault your life is shit, when I initially tried to offer advice because I'm nice, right? She changed the mood up when she couldn't take criticism or advice or whatever it is. Like, and this person is known for kind of like being a little stick in the mud or whatever. I typically come into work with my energy might be low, but it's never on negative. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing you can really say to me unless it's strictly derogatory or whatever that'll really like turn me off, because I like to debate, I like to talk, I like to break down things. So if I typically don't try to shy away from tough conversations, but women do, whether because it forces them to kind of think, it makes them look stupid if they have a simple a simple problem that only takes a simple solution. They typically, and then typically they really don't want to solve their issues. Typically they want something to complain about, and because they can get sympathy attention. Oh, it's all right, girl, whatever. So that's kind of how I see it. Y'all complain so y'all can compare struggles, and and like I said, they was getting mad at me for just saying like, hey, like, you have more power than you think. If you pay the bills, like, set some ground rules or whatever like that. But then she got mad that I was saying that. I'm like, God damn. I'm like I've never had an instance where I had an issue and then somebody, even if it was somebody random, chimed in and tried to offer some advice. I can't even remember the last time I said, fuck off, mind your own business. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's either due to I'll be open to any type of solution, or I just don't have as many problems. So it's either one or the other. Either I don't really have enough issues where I can barely recall, or that men typically don't mind getting advice from different kinds of people, because you never know. So that's just kind of where I take it. Women typically talk about their problems just so they can feel good about the issues that they're going through, while men will typically try to have a solution for it. So But like I said, it is what it is. Just a lesson learned. If a girl's going through some issues, if she don't come to you specifically for a way to like get out of it, just don't help them. Like, just watch them struggle, watch them flounder, and just be like, it is what it is. But then if another person sees you watching them, then they gonna call you out. So it's kind of like a catch-22 or whatever. So, but it's your boy Logic. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.